It just got stuck right here. And many times it's ended up in the road. But I put the wire within the distance that the manual stated. Okay, I know there's a little bit of a hill here. A little bit. Let's actually see how little of a hill we're working with. So you can know. Oh, it says it's outside a working area. Okay, in this case it thinks it's outside the working area. So basically the wire is probably right here, which is about 2.5 feet from the curb. If that's not enough feet, then that's insane. So basically, its recovery motions are ridiculous. Anyway, let's see if we can possibly duplicate it. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it's slipping a little, destroying my lawn a little. Yeah, it's digging at it, destroying. The wheels are acting all weird. It really should just keep turning one wheel and perhaps the other one go forward, and then it would have gotten out. Here, if it backed out longer, it might have gotten out. Okay, now it says cutting grass still. Okay, so it's alright, but then it realizes it's not in a good position to cut grass. It's trying to get out. Okay, now it's finally did something more substantial of a motion, but then it didn't really do enough. Damaged the grass some more. Yeah, it just did this to my lawn. I'm surprised nobody's sued these companies that are damaging their lawns through this. You know, when you follow directions and it still damages your lawn, that's just not fair. And look at this. It's having such a struggle getting out of there. And many times, it'll end up in the road. So, I've gotten some lawn damage. Look, it just... I don't know if that damaged the lawn in that case. Now, it went backwards. There, it's kind of weird to have gone backwards. Now it's what? It thinks I should go backwards? That didn't make sense. It went into the road. Insane. That is just insane. And this happens, you know, I'm getting like 6 minutes at a time. Maybe not even that. It did lift recovery movement right here. There's like no reason for that. Nothing, just about. I mean, the slightest little bumps. It's just, it makes no sense. And to send it back after I was very specific with the representative I talked to saying that it does that kind of issue. And I explained it in particular, like if it was going up a hill and then it did that, and by a hill I mean a slight hill. Anyway, going up a hill and it does it, then it'll basically turn around and not make it up the hill, so that the top of the hill area doesn't get too much mowing done. I know you can program it, of course, to do sections and so forth, but it really has a limited use when it has an issue like that throughout so much of the lawn. So really, it's just, it makes no sense. For them to send it back to me is really, really bad customer service. It makes me want to not recommend Works to anyone after I have done so many times. But I at this point, I'm just, to have a service like that, I mean, it's just not right. All right. Tried, oh my gosh. It's like not going anywhere. It just tried going up here, and there's almost no issue here, just the slightest bump, and it pulled back and went this way. Then it tried going that way, and it stopped. Oh my gosh, it just happened again. I'm telling you, the slightest bumps, and it just can't seem to handle it. How could Works possibly have sent it back to me after such an issue? It's just inconceivable that they would do that. And now I've got this lawn that's grown a lot. Oh, now see how it's acting, see how the wheels are? It's hardly doing anything. It was doing this jittery thing, which again, that's only started, I think, as a 3.24. Not just to damage some lawn there. Oh, it made it out. Oh, but then it stopped for, I don't know, whatever reason. It went backwards. Maybe it detected the wire. Cool, it's gonna last more than half a minute or so. All right. This mower's lasting about 6 minutes at a time in my front yard and about 15 minutes at a time on my backyard. So, what does it say now? It says mower lifted. Okay, why does it think it was lifted? Let's see. Okay, because there is a bump here. How much of a bump? It's a little deceiving because, of course, there's grass here, not there. And why is there no grass here? Maybe it destroyed the grass in the past. There's not much of anything here. So what is the... Basically, it's a small hill. You know, you've got flat area here, and then it goes up a slope. What degree slope is that? Maybe 15? Maybe 10? It's not much, but it's enough to make it say lifted this year. I don't remember it doing that last year. And this time it went through just fine. Interesting. Looks like about every 15 minutes this gets stuck one way or another. In this case, it bumped something and then it got trapped. There's no wire around this thing, but last year it would always bump it and go away. It wouldn't get trapped from that. It's really weird. Low battery. Why wasn't it searching for the boundary wire if the battery was that low? And if in searching, there's not much to do. The boundary wire is just not far in any direction. It doesn't make sense it would end up here. That's strange. I moved the mower's wire because it was getting stuck in the corner, even though it was set up for the appropriate distances from the fence. And it says outside working area, press start. Now let's take a look here. Watch this. How outside is it? There's the wire. There's the front wheel. Front wheel is on the wire. Other wheel, it wasn't far from the wire. So, nope, it's not outside the wire. Let's see what happens when I just tell it to start. Watch this. Still says outside wire. How about stop? Outside wire. Well, outside working area. So it's not outside the working area, but it acts like it is. And yet, technicians at Works sent it back as if it was in good shape. Okay, let's see. Let's take another look. Let's just check the, what do you call it? The you know, how much of a wire, what do you call it? Whatever it's called. How strong it is, the signal. Okay, pitch and roll are both about 3.5 degrees. I don't know what yaw is, 3 out of 7.8. Inclination 5.1. How's this 5.1? It seems really pretty flat here. I don't get it. And this is really quite flat. Maybe there's an issue with that too. I don't know. Alright, so I don't know what this all means. You know, trap, lift, stop, diagnose. Alright, so signal 95 on one end and 96 on the other. 0% error on both. And I don't know what that 132 means. But I mean, they told me on the phone it's a good signal. So, you know, if I can't believe what they say, then what's the point? What is this? Alright. I think it's clear there's an issue with this mower. Here it's saying trapped. It hit this plant barrier thing. I would think it should bump it and get untrapped, not just be trapped. It says mower outside wire. Let's see how outside the wire it is. Alright, I just found the wire. So the wire's there, and the mower's here. What do you think? It's slightly, I mean, what part of the mower is outside the wire? Looks like it hits it about here. That's where the wire is, right there. That's ridiculous. It did not do this last year. How dare the technicians send it back in such a bad condition? It's just ridiculous. I'm so upset with Works. I can't believe they did this to me. Figured out that there's an issue with it. Is your ground where you do the testing just so bump free? I mean, what in the world? So I'm just amazed at this. It's so ridiculous. So it can't get up a lot of hills. Like it'll go somewhere, it'll think there's a bump and turn around. Now if it's going downhill, I think it might be a little better. So it means it might go down more than up, and that's going to affect the how well it can get the different areas of the yard. And just as a reminder, my hills are all well within specifications. See, it's going up a hill, you know, like what, a 7-degree hill or something. It's just... This time it says mower lifted on the panel, and well, I just lifted, that's why it says upside down now. But it said mower lifted, and what is making it think it's lifted? Nothing? Slight bumps, I guess. Very slight bumps, perhaps. It says mower lifted. I don't get it. It's on the wire, and it said lifted. It's near a wall, almost touching. But there's no reason to say lifted I can think of. It's a level ground. I checked under it too. There's nothing. It's just level. There's not much grass here, but that doesn't mean it should say lifted. The way it's trying to get out of this situation is weird. It actually went forward, then it tried to turn just a little bit, and went forward again, crashed again. While it did, as you see, work out in this moment, there's so many times it doesn't work out because of how it is. I've got the full software version, the most recent, 3.25. Okay, this is almost perfectly level ground, and the grass has been lost in this area. It did not get stuck in this case, but you could see I was acting. It could have gotten stuck. I'm wondering what your recommendation is for an area that, as you can see, it's digging up. I can't really have grass here if it's going to keep digging up this area. And if I section it off, I'll have to eliminate where this is, and I don't have a lot of good options for where else I can put this. And even if I could put this somewhere else, the base, I need to... What I find is when I have found a way to section off an area, it ends up being so much time to try to establish grass there that either I'm going to spend a year or two trying to establish the grass there, or, and you know, to get it established enough for Landroid, or I have to... This has not been a problem in prior years. It's getting trapped on fairly level ground in the border areas. So here, okay, there's no grass, I know, but it was not an issue the prior years. And look what happened. Okay, we've got, you know, it seems okay enough ground, at least for the way it used to act. The boundary wire would be, of course, it's always destroying the lawn. In this case, just the dirt. The boundary wire is somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's, you can see where there was a tire track, the wire, tire, and it's just sitting there. It's just ridiculous. I just got the mower. It's been trapped 3 times already. It's barely done anything. It's been like 10 minutes since the last one. All right, mower trapped. Why is it trapped? Let's look. I don't see any reason it's trapped. Let's see. The wire's there. There's a wire. Here's the ground. It's a little rocky. Not much of an incline. Pretty flat. Yeah, pretty flat. It's pretty solid ground. I don't know. It's the usual. It was not this bad last year. The same mower, the same ground, I was not having those issues. Outside working area. It's on nearly level surface. I don't see any issue with the ground. Yeah, there's tall grass, but that's not typical. That's just because that's how the grass appeared after I waited a while, to get my machine back from you guys. And usually the wire is somewhere in the middle, pretty centered, and it just stops. It thinks there's no wire there. And when I called, they had me check to make sure that there wasn't a wire signal strength issue. And there was not a wire signal strength issue. Here's the signal situation. 96% signal, 0% error. And although the wire should be right under it, at least that's how it normally is, it doesn't work. So I have to pick it up. This thing lasts about 20 minutes typically. Then I have to pick it up and start it again.